Yo,
What is going on, everybody? Sorry if I sound a little bit congested. I am dealing with a runny nose at the moment. So,
bro, I'm going through the same shit. My nose is running. I'm freaking sneezing like crazy.
well, I haven't really been
Welcome to
sneezing.
wintertime, y'all.
Oh, for the love of Pete, I should have got right. Oh, hold on. I'll be right. Give me
Welcome,
1 second.
welcome to wintertime, ladies and gentlemen. We're both congested at the same goddamn time.
Oh, for the love of all that's holy. Oh, son
Welcome
of a
to the All
bitch.
Star. So, welcome to the All
Oh,
Star. Are you good?
son of a fuck. God
Are you
damn it.
good, bro? Are you good?
Damn fucking phone. Sorry about that.
No. Well,
Welcome
welcome to the All Star Sports Show. With your
episode
boys.
Robin Tyler.
Um, we haven't done it. We haven't done an episode in a hot minute because we were doing TNA
Right.
and shit was, we were busy with this, but we're back with
Right.
this show.
And yeah, it'll be a doubleheader Thursday. For those who are wondering.
Yeah.
So before we get into it, for those who kind of, especially in the baseball world, which 2025 can fuck off already because taking Bob Uecker, you sons of bitches.
I hate him. I hate 2025 because of this. Y'all can go fuck yourself.
Oh
Rest in
shit.
peace, Bob Uecker. Ah shit.
Yeah.
Funniest fucking movie too.
Just a bit outside.
And then
And
the rest of that time after that, he's ranting about the fucking players like
the Indians
ball
and
one, ball two, ball three, ball four, ball eight. I'm like, I'm fucking pissed.
or the fact he gets fucking shit faced in the broadcast booth.
Bro's on a fucking white, like one of those like, I'm not gonna say it on stream because it's kind of a derogatory type of thing.
Yeah.
You know those white tank tops that guys wear and shit.
Oh, you mean I forgot what
Don't say what people call them
I call
because
them
it's
straight
kind of.
tops.
But
Or
yeah, okay, but yeah, it's like he was wearing them. He had like his shirt and tie was off. He was like holding his shirt and tie, or no, his tie was on his head. He's drunk as shit because the team sucks. It was funny.
But yeah, and a lot of people don't realize too that if you're not a baseball fan and if you have not seen the movie, I highly recommend you do so. But a lot of times, Bob Uecker for the most part was pretty much the voice of the Milwaukee Brewers. It is going to be interesting for the 2025 season, as we'll do some Brewers games. Kind of adapt to hear somebody else that's not Bob Uecker.
We had to do that. It reminds me of us in 2009 when we had to do that.
Yeah, the late Harry K.
Because the legendary Harry Cowles died, and then we had to deal with Tom McCarthy in the booth for the rest of that time. Which he's adapted and become the face of that fucking team's broadcast booth.
McCruck, who or pretty much just
Him and dude, the funniest, and they become like a funny duo. They become what fucking Michael Cole and Pat McAfee are, but for baseball.
Yeah.
Except, you don't see John Crook climbing tables and eating all the damn time. Because he's old as shit. He can't do that. But he's funny. He has some funny lines, and it'd be funny as shit to see that. But no. And he's also a wrestling fan, too, which is pretty cool. That's so-and-so. When you had wrestlers come during, baseball season, because last baseball season, it aligned with WrestleMania because WrestleMania was in Philly. He was like, "Oh, that's so and so," and that's so. I'm like, "Damn, you know your shit."
Yeah. But yeah, it's like guys like Bob Uecker or Harry Cowles, or whoever else you could probably think of. Like they are hard, not say hard to replace, but they're kind of hard to
replicate.
Replicate.
Yeah,
or
replicate.
move off of.
Yeah. The thing is though, over time, it's easier to adapt because you're getting you finally get accustomed to seeing the new guy or hearing the new guy or seeing the new guy.
Yeah.
Early on, I know for a fact, like early on, Phillies fans hated Tom McCarthy,
Yeah,
hated him.
I remember that. Yeah, they did not care.
They were dogging this man from 09, 2010, 2011, 2012. I think he didn't start getting respect till like
I will
the
say what
down
13 or 14.
years.
Yeah,
Like the
around
down years. He didn't start getting respect until then.
yeah. But anyways, though, you know, to all the Brewers fans out there, we're definitely,
We relate.
that's
We
we
relate to that.
definitely, and I know it stings, and
Yeah.
and condolences to the Euchre family for the most, for his entertaining side, I guess you could say, with the with Bob.
And he wasn't just a household name for the Brewers. He was a household name to the nation because he did movies, he did TV. Hell, he did a WrestleMania.
Oh yeah, I
If we're
forgot he
talking
did
wrestling,
that.
because remember, he got fucking comically choked out by Andre one time. It was funny as
I
shit.
remember that.
In the
Where,
face, he was like, tongue hanging out and shit.
yeah,
So yeah, he wasn't just like locally known in Milwaukee. He was nationally known by America. So
mhm.
America is mourning with you guys, Milwaukee,
But
because
from
we
from a,
we saw some of his work.
I mean, let's be real. For me, it's always going to be Major League with him because, good lord, there's a lot of shit you can quote from that movie because of Bob Euchre.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit you could quote from him. Like he had a lot of like those zingers and those like comedy. He had the comedy chops. That's the thing.
Dude, I could imagine him and Happy Gilmore. That would have been funny.
What if he was? What if it wasn't Bob Barker? What if it was Bob Bucher that was kicking Adam Sandler's ass
That would have been
in
funny
that
as all
play?
that.
That
That
would
would have
be
been all
funny
funny
as
as all damn
shit.
hell.
That would be funny as shit.
For from a baseball fan perspective, it stings.
Yeah.
Hopefully, but yeah, shit happens. And there's probably something that we don't even know that he was kind of dealing with. So I
I
think it's
feel
also the
like
whole.
we should have started knowing because like people were thinking that whatchamacallit.
Euchre.
People were thinking like after the playoffs last year, the man was saying his goodbyes.
Yeah, I think he was like.
And the way he was saying his goodbyes was like something is up.
Yeah,
Because they weren't really saying he was retiring. They weren't really saying anything.
he must have
It's
dealt with
kind of
something.
like there was something. That something happened
Mm,
this year. Like he knew he wasn't going to make it to next season.
and unfortunately,
Unfortunately, the
death came
worst.
at his door,
Yep.
and I really pains me to say that. But otherwise, moving on from the somber note, but before because we have a couple of college football topics, but also I want to give a quick congratulations to Ohio State, who finally gets their first national championship win since 2014. And now, Ohio State fans, you can breathe now.
I know for a fact, late in that third quarter and in that fourth quarter, they were fucking holding
Oh,
their breath the entire fucking time because we were
yeah.
on stream with a fellow Ohio State fan. Shout out Gooley.
And as
He
soon as I
was
know, he
he was
probably was.
panicky. Bro was panicky in that third quarter and that fourth. He was panicking. Like,
And rightfully
oh
so.
man, this is what he does. This is what Ryan Day does. Oh, he blows it in the third and the fourth. This is what he does, and then next you know they win the game. Like, oh shit.
Yeah,
He was
barely.
he was like, oh my god, we won. And like
And
that's the thing. And what makes it worse is that they had the game in the bag at half.
then you just completely just take the foot off the gas.
They took the foot off the gas a little bit, little lightening of the gas there. They
Yeah.
were in trouble at one point. Like they were like, the defense couldn't get off to stay off the field. The offense wasn't moving the ball well. It was bad, man. It was bad. And then, they clutched up at the end. They won the game, and
And I gotta,
defense did their part late, and they won.
God, there's no way. Because look, I said I don't watch a lot of college football, but I get it. I will get a chance to when I can. But Will Howard was something in this their postseason run.
This man nearly went perfect the entire game.
I'm here. He's had the record for most.
Bro went perfect in one half.
Yeah, which I think it was 12 straight, which is the
how many passes this man missed? One.
I think it was like 2 or.
No, it wasn't 2 or 3. It was not 2 or 3. It was 1. 1 or 2. That's what I remember. Because I remember like it was
the game that he missed.
Oh yeah, he missed that one. He missed the one throw.
Yeah,
after that, but he missed 2 passes the entire game.
And there were good balls.
He was something else. Will Howard was something else in this game, and he was also doing his part with his legs.
That is also true,
and that was also true, and that's what killed him in that first half is what, and most part for the game is that why would you run a man-to-man scheme against a guy like Jeremiah Smith? He knows how to beat you. He knows how to beat you with the man-to-man stuff.
Like, perfect example, I think it was like 1st and goal, I think at the 2 or the 3 yard line, you saw number 29, like, kind of point and say, get over here. Like, I don't know if anybody has ever saw that, like that was a missed assignment, and Jeremiah Smith just walked it right in for the touchdown with no, it's like, oh, I was like, yeah, that was way too easy for Jeremiah Smith.
It was way, like, he knows how to juke and like beat you.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get you with a lead foot and turn this way, and he'll get you. He'll slant you. He'll break your ankles pretty much.
Yeah,
and that's what he does. You can't run a man-to-man scheme against him. You need to run zones. You need safety help against Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah, and the thing is too with look to Notre Dame fans. You got nothing to be disappointed of. I mean, shit. No. The fact
y'all fought again. You came back from a 20-point deficit at half,
which is not easy.
24 point. It was actually a 24-point deficit.
Yeah,
y'all came back from that. Y'all made it a 1-score game, 1 or 2-score game. It was a 1-score game. Oh, site not working. Dude, site is working. I'm literally on stream with you. It's fine.
Wait.
My browser said the site wasn't working when I'm literally on it. It's working fine.
That's ridiculous. What's going on, RQ? So if I'm and it's also kind of funny now. God, I feel because this also kind of we'll talk about some of the new changes too that's going on with the NFL. Some that already started their off season, others not so much. But another thing too with Notre Dame that I kind of noticed, like I think they kind of got a little bit they were a little bit outmatched if you look at personnel wise, because Ohio, because their offensive line have gotten beat.
I think what happens, and Cooley said this perfectly on stream on Monday during the national championship. Notre Dame is a good team. They just ran into a damn juggernaut.
Mm-hmm.
In Ohio State, they just ran into a damn juggernaut. They had them. Ohio State had them beat on offense, defense, special teams, coaching at times. No hate to their head coach. Their head coach, great fucking head coach. But the thing is, they were outcoached. They were outmanned, outgunned. They just didn't have enough.
The scheme just sucked.
The schemes weren't great. It wasn't good.
When they started doing the zone, when Notre Dame started doing zone, they actually played a little bit better on defensively when they started implementing the zone schemes. But man to man, oh my Yeah, not so much.
Like, the thing is, though, you can't really fault them for trying to mix it up defensively, trying to do zone, man.
And
Like,
you
if
still
you do zone all the time, you're gonna get beat.
yeah, that is
Because they'll adapt to it. They'll start throwing passes over the middle because that's where it's open all the time. That window is like open down the middle of the field,
yeah,
as opposed to the wideouts. Because if you throw wide against zone, you're getting picked
yeah,
off.
you're getting
If you're
cooked.
throwing, if you're throwing like zone down the middle is gonna be open. It's always the
100%.
case. Man coverage, wideouts are open because they'll beat you. Because you only got to beat one man. You can't, as opposed to zone, you have to beat two. You have to beat the corner and the safety.
And unfortunately, in case of Notre Dame, they both got fucking cooked for
They got cooked.
I mean, look.
The thing is though, I don't fault the coaching for the defensive side.
I think it's just the personnel.
It was the personnel. The personnel just wasn't good at man.
Now
They weren't good at man. And the thing is too, Ohio State's offense, like Goldie said, they know how to beat man coverages.
I mean,
They've done it all.
Smith, you have Trayvon Henderson, and now you also have running back too in Judkins, who he even touched him on the ground. Like that's your 300 monster right there, and you also have a solid offensive line, and I mean it really should show.
You said it perfectly. They have a 300 monster on that offensive side of the ball, and you just can't run man against them. And
Absolutely.
It's hard to run man against this Ohio State team. And it was for Notre Dame that entire game.
Now, if I'm Notre Dame,
it's incredibly hard.
With pretty much the all season here, I will start looking for a defensive coordinator who actually would try to implement not say like a man-to-man, but also learn how to bring and this is another thing too I've noticed too that Notre Dame didn't do well. They never brought the pressure. The pressure, what the blitz rate was.
That was also the case too, and the perfect way to run man coverages and zone coverages is you got to bring the pressure. You got to get your linemen to get to the quarterback, make them rush a throw.
They couldn't even do that.
No, and Ohio State the first half they did that. They stopped doing that in the second half for whatever reason. They stopped bringing the pressure. First half they were bringing the pressure all game.
Oh, absolutely.
And then they just stopped. Any defensive scheme that you run is going to get beat if you don't bring the pressure.
So, and this is interesting.
My mom just asked me for soup, by the way.
When you can, check your video I sent you.
Oh God! Mom sent me a video. Dear God! What did she send me?
Oh Lord!
Oh my fucking God! It's literally the scene from Forrest Gump where he's running.
Yeah.
It has Saquon's face on it. Yo, that's just funny shit.
Speaking about Marcus Freeman, like this is basically what he had to say.
No, it has Saquon running. It has the scene where the bullies were chasing him in the car.
Yeah.
You know who the bullies are? The fucking Commanders.
Oh Lord.
I'm done. I'm sharing that fucking shit.
That's not
Yo, that shit's funny. That shit's fucking funny.
One guy pointed that out too. Like
they lost their starting center. Yeah, that shit was fun.
Receivers are going.
I shared that shit so fast.
You watched the whole thing?
It had like that scene from Forrest Gump where he's running and he was running from the bullies, and the bullies are the fucking Commanders.
Yeah, and at the end they blew up and
Super Bowl at the
end. So basically,
any crackers or anything, or are you good?
Oh yes, please. I would love some crackers. Sorry. But what were you saying, Rob?
So with Marcus Freeman, like and this is basically what he said after when in terms of when he explained the uncharacteristic mistakes and breakdowns in communication that put Notre Dame in the 24 point hole in the third. He says, saying, quote, "You're always making mistakes, but those types of detrimental mistakes when you play a really good football team cost you points." I think that's probably the biggest thing that has stuck out to me, even in between series. The communication, hey, we're good. We got it. Well, we can't make mistakes, and it falls on my shoulders. And as the head coach, we have to prepare and be better prepared for this moment. These guys gave everything they got.
You know what? I respect him for that because coaches should be like that. They should not finger pointing their players like, oh, this guy messed up, this guy messed up. It always should be, it's on me.
Yes, I love.
I messed up. I messed up somewhere. I didn't get the team prepared the way I should have. We lost the game. It's on me. Respect to him for that, and saying that, it's on him. Honestly, in a way, it was kind of on him, but it was also on the players not prepared for it. I think it was him because they simply weren't prepared.
I mean, he said it best too. Like they just weren't prepared.
They weren't prepared for that juggernaut of Ohio State. That's all it was. Now, did they put up a fight at the end? Yes. Did they have a chance to win late in that game? Yes. And that's why I think he should stay as their head coach, and he's definitely going to stay. He ain't getting fired. Sure. Don't fire his ass.
I don't think
whatever you do, Notre Dame, don't fire him.
I don't think Notre Dame will do that because
they're not going to consider it. I'm just saying.
When Freeman took over, you've seen. Oh, good Lord! I remember a lot of college football fans dogging Notre Dame for being complete fucking ass under Brian Kelly.
Oh, those are the worst fucking years. The Brian Kelly years. Oh.
Yeah, and remember, this is the same Brian Kelly who faked a Southern accent at an LSU basketball game, might I add.
I'm like, what in the yeehaw fake ass bullshit are you trying to pull? That ain't even a real accent, bitch.
But
out here, like, oh, I'm gonna coach this team. Dude, that shit was fake as shit.
No, yeah, but ever since when Marcus Freeman took over for Notre Dame, you could really see. It wasn't like pretty off the bat, but you could tell where that direction was going for Notre Dame, for a team that's, really surprised everyone for being, not say me for being an independent football team, but it really showed that, this team, and it sucks to say that they have not won a national championship since 1988 when he had Lou Holtz actually coaching the team. That's got to be probably the worst feeling.
Dude, that honestly, that's demoralizing to me. That's demoralizing because there's a lot of people in this generation, like children, 20-something-year-olds, hell, even 30-something-year-olds, like late 30s or like early 30s. They haven't seen this team win a championship.
Absolutely.
Their moms probably did as kids. Their dads probably did as kids. Their grandparents definitely did. But they never have. And it's sad. And the thing is, like, they just can't get out of their own way. They got close a few times. They just can't get out of their own way. Like, I think the worst loss, I will say this was a better loss than they had their last time in the national championship back in 2012 against Alabama. Oh, when they got blown the fuck out. It was bad. It was bad because it was like, all right, at least that's a better loss. And it's sad to even say that. At least it was a better loss than last time.
And this was
you still haven't won. No loss is good. That's the thing.
Absolutely.
Like, no loss is good.
But obviously, too, with the college football kind of now shifting up as well. This in particular, I did want to talk about this a lot because obviously this does regard to the Clemson Tigers. With a lot of changes that have been made. For those who been around or kind of followed my ranting and raving on Westfield being fucking fired.
Me too. I was beyond pissed this season. And the thing is, too, what depressed me, and before you continue on, what really depressed me about this season wasn't the fact that we couldn't beat ranked teams. We couldn't beat two ranked teams in Louisville, and we got dog walked by Georgia.
Yeah.
It was the fact that we made the playoff, and I was not even excited for it. I was
really?
going in. I'm like, yeah, we're getting dog walked by Texas.
I think also what happened was Miami shit the bed when they lost to Syracuse. I think that's what happened.
It was once Miami lost to Syracuse, and we stole the damn conference championship, which they said conference championships means you're a shoo-in for the playoffs. They're making the playoffs regardless.
So either way,
if you win your conference, and SMU choked, then that was what happened. And then SMU got dog walked in the playoff. They still made it, but they got dog walked. So I'm like, all right, we're definitely gonna get dog walked too.
We did for the most part, but when we look at the second half, it's like we kind of made that adjustment and made it very competitive.
First half, me, I'm like, here we go. Told you. I won't even. And the sad part is, I wasn't even mad.
Because like
I was just content. Like I knew it was happening. I'm like, yep, there we go. And we started coming back. I'm like, oh shit, we have a chance.
Yeah,
it was like 31-20, or no, it was like 30-something 28 or something. 34-28 was the final. I'm like, we made it. We made it close. What the hell? Like,
as much as I know it.
The thing is, though, what depressed me about the season was going in. I knew we were losing to Texas, and it sucks.
But the fact we made it a one-score loss, it kind of really shows. Now, yeah, obviously with Wes Goodwin, and for those who kind of do follow me on Twitter, knows my disdain for this man.
Every week, I think it was like I think since like week 6 of the season, you were like fire West, and I was with you because we've had one of our worst statistical
defensive seasons.
We had one of the worst statistical defensive seasons.
Let's see, because
I was like fire West because there was a lot of one-score games that should have been a blowout. Like we were winning against bottom of the barrel teams by like a score. I'm like, we need to change on the defensive side of the ball. The offense, cooking. I think Cade's doing way better than he did last year. I'll tell you that.
And also, I want to offer an apology to Garrett Riley, who I tried.
Garrett Riley, you have made that offense money again. You made it money. Cade, I'm proud of your growth, dude. You are a hell of a quarterback. Offensively, that team is set. Defensively, they gotta handle their business. Which is why we got a new defensive coordinator. Which that leads into what you're probably going to say.
But actually, I want to kind of where is it? Because obviously we did bring in Tom Allen, which like before I break down like the numbers and whatnot. When it was 38-24. However, our run defense.
So it was still a 2-score game, but it was still kind of close. It was a 2-score game, as opposed to me saying it was probably going to be like 5 scores and we're out of here by half.
But in terms of even figuring out how bad our run defense was in that game, we gave up almost 300 yards on the ground.
Yeah. So we weren't crowding the line of scrimmage.
Now
we were not crowding.
Now this leads to me in my numbers breakdown that actually luckily I had typed in my notes. Now, if you look at from a scheme perspective, that West was calling was a 3-4 front, aka the bend don't break defense. Do you know how bad that's? I was like, yeah, we know that scheme all too goddamn well.
That's the worst defensive scheme in football is that 3-4 defense because every time you're going to get beat somewhere. 4-3. If you run a 4-3,
that's
way fucking better. Like, look at the Eagles.
What is Vic run?
Look at the Eagles, though. Look at our Eagles. They run a 4-3. Money. Fucking money.
The 3-4 is an outdated scheme.
3-4, everyone knows how to beat it. 4-3, it's like you can mix and match defensive schemes with the 4-3. No one's prepared for, a modified 4-3.
Absolutely.
3-4, 3-4, it doesn't matter how you modify a 3-4. You're going to get beat somewhere. Every damn time.
And you thought that overall, in total defense, we were 69th in the FBS in total defense. In 2022, we were
not very nice, by the way. Not very nice.
So, in terms of scoring your defense in 2022, we were averaging 20.9 points per game, which was 22nd in the FBS. 2023, that goes up to 21.1 points per game, which is 31st in the FBS. Then 2024, 23.4 points per game, which is tied for 50th in the FBS. In terms, that's just
we're not even in the top 25 defense anywhere. Yeah. In any statistic, we are not in the top 25. When we were national champ, when we were running the entire college football landscape from like 2016 to 2019, we had one of the best defenses.
And guess who was calling it? Brent Venables. Since when Venables took that job in Oklahoma, that
trend was going down. That trend was slowly going down.
It gets worse under Wes Goodwin. Yeah. So in 2022, 102.7 yards per game, 13th in the FBS, 114.6 yards per game in 2023, 24th in the FBS. 2024, this is the run defense, might I add, 160.6 yards per game, which is 84th in the FBS.
Exactly. We had one of the worst run defenses this year. One of the worst.
Pass defense has not been that bad.
Pass defense, really good. I liked what I saw from that pass defense. I think it's because, Dabo Sweeney can recruit his ass off on that, in the secondary. He can recruit in the secondary. He's good at that.
And there's a couple more things still want to talk more Clemson as we go along. And this also applies to the run defense too. Like 2022, we limited the opposition to 3.3 yards per carry. 2023, that goes up to 3.8. 2024, 4.7.
Yeah, we're almost averaging giving up 5 yards a carry.
That's ridiculous.
That's like if we're like going up against a fucking Saquon Barkley every week.
Oof.
Come on. Come on, dude.
Now, with Tom Allen coming in, for those who don't know, Tom Allen is the former defensive coordinator for the Penn State Nittany Lions, which, by all intents and purposes, I'll give him a shit ton of credit for the deep run that they made. Problem is, Drew Aller still stinks, and also James Franklin. Those are my two biggest outliers for the Penn State Nittany Lions. Besides that,
I think the problem this year wasn't, shockingly enough, I'm saying this. It was not that coach. It wasn't. Because he actually coached the team to the playoffs this year. That monkey is off his back. Now, the problem I have, quarterback position for Penn State. Drew Aller had no business throwing that damn ball.
And so, call me crazy. It seems like Penn State, in some of the games I've seen Penn State the last few years, their quarterback play sucks.
The quarterback play has been terrible.
Christian Hackenberg, anybody? Does remember that name comes up?
Christian Hackenberg was bad. Trace McSorley was actually pretty decent in college.
He was average for what he was.
He was average.
Now
he wasn't
career backup in the NFL.
Well, you can't. In the NFL, you got to be better than average in the NFL. Yeah. In college, you can be average. You can be good. Because look at fucking Jameis. Jameis was lighting up college, and he can't even fucking throw a ball in freaking the pros, bro. He's inconsistent as hell in the NFL.
I mean, this is the same man who went 30 for 30 and one
30
time.
30. Hell,
Dude,
he has been a career mid quarterback in the NFL.
I mean, he's playing for one of the worst in the factory of sadness. In the Cleveland Browns.
Well, but the thing is though, if they actually had good quarterback play, that's a good fucking team.
Problem is,
that's the thing.
The Browns have dude. They've been
the
on
thing
this.
The thing is, what pisses me off about the Browns is the fact they had their fucking guy and they traded him.
And look what Baker's doing right now.
Look what Baker's doing. Baker made the playoffs with the Buccaneers. Where are y'all at? A 3-win fucking team.
Yeah, and the fact that I mean, shit, we can't say shit either because we almost fucking lost to them in the regular season. So that's neither here nor there. But back to Tom Allen, though, he is bringing a 4-2-5 nickel defense.
Hey, Rob, before you start, almost only counts in horseshoes and
hand grenades.
Horseshoes and hand grenades, brother. Don't count the NFL, bro. We still won. We still won. So
that is true.
Almost doesn't count.
Yeah.
Anyway,
with Tom Allen, what he's bringing to the table, obviously he's right now we inked into a 3-year deal to be the new defensive coordinator. However, he is bringing a 4-2-5 nickel defense scheme. Now, in terms of looking at of how that defense is going on, 7th in total defense at 294.8 yards per game, 8th in scoring defense, 9th in rushing defense, and 5th in red zone defense. So either way, the way you look at this, if you're a Clemson fan, it's pretty much an upgrade from what Wes Goodman was doing the last 3 years.
It's a huge upgrade.
We even kept that man for fucking 3 years. It's mind-boggling.
I don't even know why they stuck with him for 3 years. I'm shocked as you are that they stuck with him for 3 years. Like I get it. Y'all are still a 10-win team even with Wes. Like y'all still made the playoff even with Wes this year. But here's the thing. The last couple of years, missed the playoff. Y'all were just a bowl team the last couple of years.
You can.
So getting Allen, huge upgrade. Now they got to adapt, learn the scheme, obviously, but once they get it down, I'm pretty sure they'll get it down.
Yeah, I mean, and speaking of, because obviously now, now finally Dabo Swinney. And as much as I know, I've gave this man a lot of shit over the last few years. He finally adapted to the transfer portal, you son of a bitch.
Dabo stopped his whining. He used the transfer portal to get a new guy from Purdue, which was fucking money.
Yeah, you got defensive end Will Held, and also too, they also got another defender from Alabama, Jeremiah Alexander.
You stole from Alabama. Dude. Honestly, I take everything that I said about you, Dabo Swinney, back. I take it.
The issues that Alexander had at Alabama, he saw limited playing time. Now, I don't think that's going to be much of a problem.
You were giving a guy a chance. You were giving a guy a chance and watch him shine. Watch him shine.
Yeah.
Because he will give you everything to keep a starting job. He'll give you everything. That's all I gotta say.
That's a funny thing. And here's another crazy thing too that when I looked at this, when I looked at Dabo's contract. So, say hypothetical, if Dabo did not win, let's say not win the national championship from 2016 to 19 and become completely awful, his buyout is $60 million if we had to buy his contract out. But I don't think that's gonna.
The thing is, though, he had been there for like the longest fucking time.
17 seasons.
17 seasons. 17 seasons. Yeah. He's been there for the longest fucking time. But at that point, when they were in that national championship picture, I definitely know that it was probably put up or shut up time. Yeah. You either give us a title or you're fired, and we're buying your contract out. And I feel like, he said, all right, bet. He gave him the best freaking team ever. First it was with the guy who shall not be named anymore because he's a fucking idiot.
Karma's a big fat bitch.
Karma's a bitch for him. Karma's a fucking bitch for him. But also with Trevor Lawrence, he said, "All right, I'll do it again. We'll run it back with a new guy," and he did it with Trevor Lawrence in 2018. And then 2019, we ran into that juggernaut as well. We kind of fell victim, like Notre Dame fell victim, ran into a juggernaut. Thanks, Joe Burrow. Thanks, Joe Burrow.
Did we? I think. Oh yeah, that's right. We lost the fucking Tua in 2019, didn't we?
No, we didn't lose to Tua. We didn't lose to Tua.
Or was it 2018? No, we won in 2018.
Rob, we never lost to Tua. We lost to Joe Burrow.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
The LSU Tigers. We lost to the LSU Tigers that had Joe freaking Burrow on the damn team.
Jamar Chase too. I mean,
Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. Yep.
We
ran into a tank. We literally just ran into a tank of a team, and that's how it is sometimes. You just run into it. And I honestly, I had no. Oh, we should have beat LSU. I gave them the credit because we just ran into it. We ran into a fucking monster, and we lost. And and honestly, I called it. I called it as well. I give myself credit for this. I looked at that. I watched that game live when it happened in 2020. I'm like, Joe Burrow is a fucking NFL quarterback. If I know one. The poise the dude had. The fact that even though they were behind at one point, because they were behind at one point, we were winning at one point.
Yeah.
And the fact that they were behind, he said, "You know what? I ain't even scared. I ain't afraid. I'm not panicking." Cooked us. Cooked us for fucking dinner. Cooked us for fucking dinner, Rob.
Yep. As crazy as it sounds, I can imagine how if things would have been different if we actually beat that stacked LSU offense.
I think he probably would still be a Cincinnati Bengal. I think he would still be.
And now, speaking of the Bengals,
but honestly, no fault to that offense. The offense was cooking. The defense, though, y'all showed up a bit too late because y'all were better. In that 4-game win streak that almost got you to the playoffs, fucking almost only counts horseshoes and hand grenades. Exactly. So almost did not make you to the playoffs. Y'all are still out.
And the fact you had to
defense
needed help to make the playoffs.
Yo, defense. What the fuck were you doing that first half of the season?
To be honest, dude, I have no. And it's kind of funny too. Their former defense coordinator is now with the Colts, and EJ. Oh my God! I don't.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Y'all gonna have the worst defense in the damn league. And
I don't think EJ.
Couple that with Anthony Richardson. Bro's gonna have oh my God, it's gonna be a bad fucking season.
I mean, the only way I can see the Colts ever having success is Irsay selling the fucking team. Because it's bad that that you had to have Pat McAfee, your former punter, call your asses out because there's a lack of culture in that building in Indy. Do you know how embarrassing that is?
The thing is, though, you know what really pissed me off about Jim Irsay and that culture and how he fucked it all up. The first tell happened on the Pat McAfee show. When Pat McAfee revealed they painted over the players that won them a championship.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
So it was basically them saying, we're erasing our culture. We're starting over. We are erasing the winning culture.
Man, I feel bad for guys like
fuck the winning culture that we had before.
Harrison Sr.
Peyton Manning. All those guys.
All the Colts greats, and
y'all erased it. You erased it. You're saying we're gonna start over. This is the team now. The hell with what happened in the past with our Super Bowl success. This is our team now, and it's what sucks. It's like they don't know the Colt. They don't these players don't know the Colt way. Winning Super Bowls, winning, AFC championships, winning, having great quarterback play. And the thing is, too, they had quarterback play, too, but they fucked it up because they did not build an offensive line. What happened? That starting quarterback that was once your franchise quarterback up and leaves your ass.
Retirement.
Goes in retirement early because y'all did not help him fucking stay healthy with an offensive line.
And also, I'm going to call all those disrespectful fucking Colts fans decided to boo him when he announced his retirement.
That was fucking dumb. And honestly, I don't respect those fans. Now, it's not every fan because there's been some Colts fans that, of course, were sitting at home that hated the fact that Colts fans that were there booed them.
Yeah, out of Andrew Luck.
He's not the one that should. He's not the one that should have been booed. It's Jim Irsay.
Honestly, the fact that he would, and not just that too, Tyler. Too, like he's also had a bit of a known of a drug user for. Remember, this dude, the same dude, almost freaking died of a cocaine overdose in his goddamn office in Jim Irsay. Does anybody forget about that when that happened?
He is a drug user. He abuses drugs. Like you have an owner that doesn't.
Dude.
The thing is, coach does not care about the fucking team. He only cares about his next fucking fix. That's how bad it is.
Dude.
And it came out that he was a drug user. He only cares about the next fucking fix. He don't care about the team. He don't care about fans. He only cares about getting money for his next fix. That's it.
Which is ridiculous to say the least.
Jim Irsay has to sell. Jim Irsay has to.
Colts fans, anyways. I feel bad for our buddy EJ, who's a Colts fan. Like he in our group chat has voiced his frustration, and that also points to that Chris Ballard hasn't really didn't really help either with some of the. No. I mean, consider the fact.
I understand. Why? Honestly, what really irks me is them getting Anthony Richardson, knowing what they know about the guy. The man hasn't had a full season at quarterback before this season, before he got drafted, since high school. The bro was literally running the bench in college, and you drafted him.
With a first-round pick.
With a first draft pick. You drafted a bench warmer who hasn't seen the field since high school.
I mean, technically, he did play a decent amount in Florida for a good portion. But Not enough. And the fact you're letting throw this man into the fire. Because look, the arm talent is there. I'm not going to deny that with Richardson. The problem is the dude is too damn raw than bloody meat.
Yeah, bro is basically a raw steak.
Yeah, it's when it's still mooing.
He's a raw steak. It's mooing. He is mooing right now. He is fucking mooing. Okay. Well, he is not a cooked filet mignon. Okay, he is a raw fucking steak before it hits the grill.
Yep.
And yes, we had a dual food reference because we're freaking foodies.
Well, not to mention the fact that we're also applying to the Colts too. Then again, at the same point, you can also send them to the glue factory, but I'm not going to bring. And I know it's going to be a bit of a bad joke.
That's in poor taste.
But but in reality, it's like I'm not that bad for Indy as a whole in terms of for the football. Like, I mean, the fact that
they haven't really seen this sustained success since Andrew Luck, and it was barely even sustained success because he was most of the time he's off the field.
He's been hurt.
He's been hurt.
Points like this, whoever the GM was before Ballard never did do shit, and they still haven't done shit. No. And the fact is that and it's also kind of crazy now. So now this is fix the offensive line after Luck retires. So now you finally address the offensive line. Where was this?
And the thing is, they were trying to hurry up a rebuild because they had just got Phillip Rivers, and that was a fucking Band-Aid fix. He retired after this freaking season.
Dude, they had like multiple Band-Aid fixes, like Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz.
The Matt Ryan one was more so comical because that bit them hard in the ass.
Yeah.
Because he played absolutely terribly there. And also, when they got Carson Wentz, I couldn't help but laugh either. I'm like, what the fuck is that going to do? He hasn't had a good fucking season since 18, 19? His last competent season was in 2019. Forget 2020. That was a fucking dumpster fire of a damn season.
We don't talk about that.
We don't ever talk about that ever again. 2021, the motherfucker choked. For the Colts.
And then... And this is a funny thing too. This also applies to Carson Wentz. Since when we traded him to the Colts, like now we have a lot of the stuff that came out about Carson Wentz being a complete fucking utter asshole.
He was a douchebag.
It's like most of the Philly fans, well, at the time didn't know, but over the time it's like, yeah, this dude feels like a douchebag.
Like even like during the 2020 season, that's when I'm like, yep, hang the fucking shit up, trade his motherfucking ass.
Yeah,
because every loss that we've had, yes, all of our 11 losses, by the way, we only won 4 games and tied one time to the freaking Bengals. Got lucky with that one. That should have been another loss. Every loss that we had that season, the motherfucker did not take accountability. Not one time. He was blaming other people, blaming the coach, blaming this player, that player.
So going back to the Colts, though, I did bring up a list post Andrew Luck. You had Jacoby Brissett, Brian Hoyer, Phillip Rivers, Carson Wentz. Hell, you had Jacob Eason start for a bit. Sam Ellinger. You had Nick Foles. You had Gardner Minshew for a bit before you ran him out of town for Anthony Richardson. And then you had old man Joe Flacco. Oh, my God. That is bad.
The fact that the carousel just keeps moving.
This could all have been avoided had you built an offensive line for Andrew Luck, but you didn't.
It all stems to that. It all stems right to that. That was the camel that broke the. It was the
straw that broke the camel's back.
Straw that broke the camel's back right there. You didn't build an offensive line for Andrew. You didn't. Hold on. You didn't. You didn't build an offensive line for Andrew Luck, and you know what happened after he retired? Y'all struggled to find a quarterback. The only time you had success was Phillip Rivers, and that was one fucking year.
I mean, this was, you had a quarterback that had 10 fucking kids. Like, Jesus Christ.
Wait, Phillip Rivers has 10?
He's got 10 kids.
Oh, this motherfucker got busy. This motherfucker gets busy, bro. Jesus Christ.
But, and the fact that, and Tyler, do you ever see what Andrew Luck looks like nowadays? This dude looks, oh God, look, he's been through some shit.
He has been through some shit. Kidding me?
Like, the dude looks so thick. Dude's been thinking like he's been like through Vietnam of all fucking places.
Dude, he might as well have been.
But obviously, seeing Andrew, seems like now Andrew Luck's kind of just, seeing him being happy for a change is like, yeah, I can see why. It's like, and I'm sorry, but the Colts have been, and it's kind of crazy too. It's like, yeah, the AFC South for the longest time has been known to be like a freaking laughing stock of the NFL in terms of the divisions. Now you got, you have the Texans who dealt with the sophomore slump for CJ. Jags, I don't know where the fuck they're going. Holy fucking Christ.
The Jags are just going back down. They're just going back down. They've always been a poorly ran team.
And it sucks because, good Lord, I mean,
you fucked up. where you fucked up at is you don't give Trevor Lawrence help at
I
that
mean,
offensive line position. That's the same thing with the Colts. No
and you're
offensive
stunting
line
this
help.
dude's development, and you can
You
clearly
stunted the fuck out of his development because it seems like he's been mid for the last few seasons.
and that also goes back to coaching. Because remember, this is the dude that thought, okay, maybe Doug Pearson can fix him. Absolutely fucking not. And
But,
then he was like,
here's the thing, though. I don't fault them for that because before Doug Peterson had success,
well, that's,
he was a successful coach. So I see why they hired him. I don't fault them for that. Doug, what in the hell were you thinking getting Press Taylor to be your damn offensive coordinator?
yeah.
At best, this motherfucker's a quarterback coach.
And he not even a good one at that.
Not even a good one because he fucking helped Carson regress.
Yeah. That was bad.
Like he's not great. The only time he was great was 2017. That was it.
Yeah, that only. But at the same
But
point, because
really, it wasn't you, Press. It was Frank fucking Reich that helped that team on offense.
No, honestly, not how. Well, it really depends. It's because obviously with the Jags, and not so much too. This all started when you first hired Urban Meyer to be your head coach to help coach Trevor Lawrence. That's where all this started. That was
the fact that you hired a guy that nobody on that fucking team liked. You knew for a fact, like watching Trevor Lawrence play, that was like his worst statistical season that he had.
Yeah,
now we know the real reason why. The motherfucker hated Urban Meyer. He hated him. So he just threw the fucking games to get him out of there.
And to be honest,
when more and more shit came out about that motherfucker, it became evident.
Yeah.
First, you're cheating on your wife with a fucking 20-something-year-old, which why the fuck would you do that at a bar? And then we find out that you're fucking kicking your fucking kicker. You're beating the fuck out of your kicker for missing a kick. I'm like, this guy's a whole douchebag.
Yeah, I mean,
and I can see why Trevor Lawrence fucking threw the fucking games and he threw carefree. He didn't give a fuck. If it's a pick, it's a pick. If we lose, we lose. Because I don't like Urban Meyer, and if we lose, great, because he's going to be out of here. And after that year, and Doug Peterson, I don't fault him per se. He did have a good enough season to get them to the playoffs, which I'm thinking, okay, we're going to have some sustained success with, Doug. But I think it's just honestly the big issue for me is Shad Khan.
Mm-hmm.
You care more. Honestly less because in wrestling y'all can't even run that right. Y'all care more about AEW than you do the fucking football team.
And obviously, and now obviously, and that kind of goes to my next thing too, because we've seen a lot of new coaching hires, a lot of changes in the front office. I mean, case in point, sticking with Jacksonville, Trent Baalke finally getting fired, which the fact that this man stuck around after Urban Meyer got fired and Doug Peterson getting fired. What the fuck? Like you couldn't have fired him in one of those years? I mean, there's the same guy couldn't do shit for the Niners. And this is the same guy who was it Tom? Yeah, Tom Masasula, or no, was it Jim Masasula? Could be one of the two. Don't correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm not going to quote you on it. Yeah, don't worry.
With the Niners, and the Niners were fucking ass under Baalke.
Yeah, and you hired his ass. Like, come on.
And now, obviously, with the rest of the coaching teams, we saw Aaron Glenn go to the Jets. Kind of feeling that was going to happen because he was one of the first undrafted picks since 1994. I mean, at the same time, I would have preferred an offensive guy for the Jets, but I don't.
The thing is, though, with the Jets, they want to for some reason, just focus on the defense when really they need to focus on the offense. The offense has not been good since 2010. They have not been good since 2010. And the fact that your dumbasses thought that Aaron Rodgers would be a good fucking fix, that ended up not being true. Because old man Rodgers fucked up his leg and now he's not as mobile as he was. He can't throw off it. He's throwing off his back foot because his front foot got fucking fucked up. All right? That's like, come on.
I mean, in terms of other coaches that we saw Ben Johnson go to the Bears. And
I think that's a tremendous hire because they need an offensive-minded guy that can help this team.
And I'm going to address the bad apple Lions fans out there are calling him public enemy number one. You guys need to be grateful for what Ben Johnson and especially
here's the thing though. But here's the thing, y'all don't dog on the Lions fans.
No, it's the bad apple.
We do the same shit if an ex-Eagles coach went to like our division rival.
Yeah, that's
dude. We called fucking Josh Harris, who runs the Sixers, a fucking traitor for running the damn Commanders.
And the thing is, too, Tyler, and that's the funny thing too. He's put more money into the Commanders than he does the Sixers. That's the funny thing. And
he's
a fucking traitor.
He's a fucking traitor. He's a traitor. He is a traitor. And the thing is, though,
it's not that difficult.
So in this case, Ben Johnson's a fucking traitor.
But it's going to be interesting though with the Lions too. It's like because you lost two of your good coordinators, and and we can relate to the Lions. We can relate to that.
Listen, when you're a good team and you're a Super Bowl contender, you're going to lose coordinators. It happens to every team.
I mean, perfect example.
Every team has that habit.
Yeah,
it's how you adapt. It's how you adapt to that.
Because
us, we struggle with it.
Yeah, we struggled for a good bit.
We struggled for like a good year because the last guy we had wasn't great. It kind of stunted Hurts a bit. Not much to where we had a terrible fucking season. Because last year, albeit we were still 11 win team last year,
and completely shit.
It was just we just sank after that. We just did not do well after that. And now this year, we're fucking phenomenal. Now people still dog Hurts for not throwing for over 300 fucking yards a game, which honestly, shut the fuck up. We don't need to.
Because I'd rather be efficient than.
I'd rather be efficient with the football than throwing for 300 yards and like 15 picks.
Because shoot, I'd rather be ugly and efficient and win. Because look, and that's the thing too. I think who said it? I don't remember who said it. I remember this. Oh crap! I am blanking on his name. It'll come to me. Was that?
Who's it for?
Because this person said, he's used to be a former player, but I can't think of his fucking name at the moment. It's really drawing a blank to me. Oh no. Okay, it was oh crap. He was a wide receiver for the Jets. Is it Keyshawn Williams? Who am I thinking of?
Keyshawn Johnson.
Keyshawn Johnson. Where the fuck did I get? I don't know where I get Williams from. Either way, he said it best. He was like, I would rather win ugly and not,
Keyshawn. Here's the players that backed us from the national media: Keyshawn Johnson and LaShawn McCoy.
Shady for sure. Because it's
Shady. Shady's backing us like heavily because he played for him. He's biased against him. But Keyshawn Johnson, I respect you even more for because you get it, you understand.
Because
you'd rather win ugly than lose pretty.
Yeah,
that's all it is. It's all. I'd rather Jalen Hurts miss maybe a couple throws here and there and win than throwing for 300 yards, lighting up the freaking. Well, I would like to have him light up the scoreboard a little bit, but like have him throw, but not really that. Like have him throw 300 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. I'd rather him throw maybe a $170 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
For me, that's a good fucking game. I don't care if you're like, oh, and I don't like this narrative of like, oh, if you don't throw for 300 yards consistently, you're not elite.
Like a lot of people tend to forget, like if you can be an efficient in sports.
You can have an efficient game and not throw for 300 fucking yards. But no, you want the highlight reel. You want the deep bomb down the field all the time.
Yeah, like throwing a double or triple coverages, like that's a bad
throwing double, triple coverages and have somebody like you want superhuman shit. You don't want efficiency. You don't want good play. The thing is, though, I like what I see from Hurts. I like what I saw from Hurts last game, despite the 1 sack that he took late in the game, which pissed me off a little bit. Dude needs to learn how to not take that many or not take a sack, but
I mean,
other than that, he's a good quarterback. He's a really good quarterback. And the thing is, too, the national media bias pisses me off. They always dog Philly. Guess what? Do I hear a peep from you about the Bills and Josh Allen? Because Josh Allen played exactly like Hurts did last game and won a game.
For that.
Oh, he's amazing. He's a good. Listen, I'm not saying Josh Allen ain't amazing. Y'all are right about that. He's a good fucking quarterback. I like Josh Allen.
Yes, and this is
but keep that same energy, assholes, for Hurts.
And remember too, Josh Allen in that game, what did he do? He was efficient with the football. Didn't
get picked off. What did Hurts do? Oh yeah, he was efficient with the football. Didn't get picked off. Threw 2 touchdowns.
Actually, utilized the running game.
And
I kind of I think that brings me to another point too. It's like I kind of hate how teams get away from the running game. Baltimore, we're looking at you. You're notorious for that.
The thing is, dude, that's why they lost. Like, it isn't just because. And yes, the Mark Andrews drop for that 2-point conversion that did play a factor. And Mark Andrews deserved to get dogged like he has for that.
But death threats.
It was in your hands. It was in your hands. You had it. You dropped it. And that's your fault. But what really killed them and why they lost the lead that they had, they weren't feeding Derrick Henry the rock in that second half. They stopped. They started relying on the pass too much. Like they stopped relying on they started relying on the pass too much, and it killed them.
Yeah, and because good Lord, it's like, when was the last time the Ravens won a Super Bowl? God,
2012, 2013, 2012. 2012 was the last season that they won it.
That should tell you how long it's been for this franchise. Because
the last time they won it, put it this way, Rob. The last time they won it, Joe Flacco was good.
Yeah, and that's before they actually gave him an extension, and we don't know how bad that turned out afterwards.
Honestly, it was a good extension because he was good for the Ravens, and then they traded him because they're like, all right, he's getting older. It's time for him to go. We're gonna get a new guy, a new young franchise quarterback in Lamar Jackson.
Which, I mean,
it's been good. It's been good. The problem is the coaching scheme fucking stinks every time.
And honestly, I mean, coaching scheme,
and everybody wants to blame Lamar in every playoff loss that he's had, except for maybe like the first couple.
This dude.
You can't blame him. He's been a good fucking quarterback. It's just the coaching scheme.
It failed
for whatever reason. It's just terrible.
And then at the same time, they also, not just the coaching team, but also the liaison. No, because Jim's with the Chargers. John Harbaugh. That's Honestly,
Jim is the brother that is with the Chargers.
okay,
John
yeah,
is the one with the Ravens.
I just had to make sure
Yeah.
before I said anything. But John Harbaugh, look, as much as of a good coach, he's in the regular season, but boy, when it comes to playoff time, oh my
The
god,
only time he coached his ass off, 2012.
when that Super Bowl run, because I think you still had what
Won that Super Bowl.
Ed Reed, you still had
You had
Ray
Ed Reed.
Lewis.
Yep, you had Ed Reed. You had Ray Lewis, which that was his final season.
And he
2012. Went out with a fucking bang. He went out with a ring. He deserved it. Who else?
We still had Flacco.
Yeah, Flacco. I don't even know who was on the offensive side of the ball. Oh, you had. I think that season they still had Terrell Suggs too.
Still underrated. Yep.
Underrated guy. I forgot who else was on that team, but yeah, they had some great pieces. I think they're more well known for their defensive side than the offensive side. That's why I can't really you can't really pinpoint
Okay, so not just that too, because you also said okay, this because they were okay, because at quarterback you had Joe Flacco, you had Ray Rice as the running back, and we know how that really turned out.
Oh yeah, with that time where he beat up his girlfriend in an elevator and he got himself banned.
Unfortunately,
Yep.
Fonte Leach as your fullback. I completely forgot about it.
Forgot about him too.
Anquan
Now,
Bolden.
who was the receiving? Now, my thing is, who was a receiving core?
You got Anquan Bolden, Torrey Smith.
Remember right, Anquan and Torrey. I should have known who it was.
Not to mention, too, you also had Ed Dixon at tight end, Michael Orr as your left tackle, John Reed, left guard, center Matt Burke, Marshall Yonda as your right guard, Osamele as your right tackle. That's the offensive line.
Also, shout out Torrey Smith. Thank you for 2017, by the way. Because he was on that receiving core when we won the championship.
And look at the defensive end. You had Terrell Suggs as your he was your outside linebacker. You had Ellerby as your inner linebacker on the right side. You also had McLean and McLean, your outer and your inner linebackers. You had Haloti Nagata, who's your left defensive end.
Oh, Nagata.
You also had Kimoto is your nose tackle. For Pernell McPhee, who's on the right edge.
Yeah.
They had your corners and Corey Graham and Kerry Williams, Bernard Pollard, and Ed Reed.
Yo, Ed Reed was nice when he played, dude.
Ed Reed was a fucking ball hockey.
Oh my god, dude. I remember that one play that Belichick brought up that one time when he went and faked him out. He went right to spot go on to cover his original man. He saw he read it perfectly and he ran the other fucking direction when Tom Brady threw the ball and picked it off from all the way to the right hand side of the field, went all the way to the left and picked it.
Dude, I swear,
the dude was fucking. That dude was a ball hawk and a half.
Dude, Ed Reed made playing safety look fucking easy.
Dude, he did. He made it look easy.
But look, I like the Ravens. I really do. I think Lamar. I think he's going to have some. It's the problem that, like I said, it goes back to what me and Tyler pointed out. It's like John Harbaugh. I think is for me, and I know I'm going to piss some Ravens fans off, but I think he kind of overstayed his welcome.
He did. I agree with it, and he overstayed it. I know he's loved coached in Baltimore. He gave y'all a championship. I see why y'all love him. I would love the guy too, but when it's time to go and get a new coach, it's time to go.
The fact that game kept him for the next decade and a half,
which I understand. Y'all did have some success with him. He's had a few bad seasons because obviously you were dealing with a past his prime Flacco and y'all were trying to get a new quarterback at that point.
Yeah.
And as soon as y'all got Lamar, y'all were back to being good immediately, which, cool. Y'all have success under Harbaugh. Problem is, after 2012, after 2012, the dude cannot get over the hump again.
Like, because this Ravens team, when you look at it, with Lamar, Derrick Henry, yes, I had Mark Andrews, Say Flowers. Fortunately, it pays me to say Nelson Aguilar, who's actually been pretty decent.
You want to know why? You want to know why, Rob? Because he's used at the position that he's supposed to be playing, and he is good at slot receiver.
I'm still.
The 1 year he was good for us. The 1 year he was good for us in 2017. We had wideouts. He was used in the slot. He was way better. And then we put him back at wideout in 2018 for whatever fucking reason. And we sucked.
And yeah, that's where all the memes came from. So this guy called Brex for hands.
The one meme that I like was from that news. It was like a news story or something, and the dude was catching babies out of a fucking burning building. He was like, "I can catch, unlike Aguilar."
Damn.
Yo, that was the funniest shit when I saw it. When that news story happened, I was laughing. He was like, we were out here catching babies, unlike Aguilar. I'm like, damn.
But and that's another thing too. It's like this Ravens team could be so much more.
Yeah.
If it would not be stuck in their old ways, because it really does seem
y'all
like
got a good receiving core. Y'all got a good receiving core.
They got a good tight end. You got a good running game.
And yes, I am including Aguilar in that list. He's a good fucking receiver when he's used right. Now,
absolutely,
you got a good running game. You got fucking Derrick Henry, the beast that he is.
Defense.
A great fucking defense.
There's no excuse that this team continues to underperform in the postseason year after year.
Yeah. Now, and yes, I get it. If Mark Andrews caught that ball, y'all would have had a tie ball game. I get that. And yes, Mark Andrews is at fault there. He should have caught that ball. But come on. I guess my buddy had to use the bathroom or something. Oh, what were you doing, bro?
Oh, sorry, I had to blow my nose.
Oh,
shit. Downside of having a stuffy nose, you got to constantly blow that shit every 5 minutes. Anyways, couple more things. So apologies. I know I and stuff like that. At least I'd rather deal with a stuffy nose. For those of us see the last the one of the episodes that we done of this show, where I could not get through a fucking sentence without coughing up a fucking
dude gets through like 3 words in a sentence and he's spamming that shit.
Yeah, unfortunately, it turns out I had bronchitis that winter. Well, son of a bitch. Anyways,
we didn't stream after that for like a good week, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I did. I was like, yeah, I felt like shit.
I was like, yeah, bro, we're not streaming until your voice gets better and your cough goes away. We're not streaming.
And here's the thing: anytime when I get sick, I'm one of those lucky ones that don't lose my voice. That's the funny thing. Yeah. It's like, hey, sorry, Key. I know I'm gonna have to rub that in your face a little bit, but really looking at it, honestly, look, I appreciate the Ravens. But the problem, like I said, the one thing that I still have issues with, like, they feel like they're still stuck in their old ways from 2012, from the way everything's going. All right, I'm sorry, post 2012. Sorry.
The thing is, though, I'm gonna piggyback off of that. The game ain't. You're not in 2012 anymore, man. You're in 2025. Like, it's a different ball game than it was back in 2012. Back in 2012, it was still like an extension of the 2000s. You still had your old heads, like, your Tom Brady's, your Peyton Manning's. You also had a little bit of a hybrid of that new style, like you had running quarterbacks in the league as well, but it was still like a pocket passing league.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing too.
And that level of coaching as well. It's like, I get it. You're not coaching Lamar to be a pocket passer. I'm not saying that they are, because he's been running all over goddamn place. He's basically the current day Michael Vick. He can throw and run.
Yeah.
So,
and it's also kind of funny too. I remember a lot of people called this man a running back because.
The thing is, though, we have to deal with the same shit over in Philly.
Yeah,
Hurts is just a running back. He ain't a quarterback.
Yeah, it's also kind of funny too that no one says the same shit about Michael Penix too. It's like, where the because
Because Michael Penix just started, and plus he hasn't started in enough games for people criticizing him.
And I feel better to be even a Falcons fan, anyways. I mean, and
When
that's something too.
when the team started sliding,
I was like, yeah,
we're gonna segue off of the Ravens and go right to the Falcons here. When they started sliding and they just kept Cousins out there, I'm like, dude, Penix is on the sideline. Start him. And
we see it, in a short sample size. I mean, this dude can really sling the rock. If for those who are not, even during his time at Washington, it's like the dude can sling the rock better than. Well, I'm not say better than anybody, but that's a bit of a stretch. I don't want to go that far, but because it
But
was
here's
short.
the thing, though. That's the quarterback they thought they were getting with Kirk Cousins. That's who they thought they were getting.
Unfortunately,
they didn't get him. They got a washed up version.
Yeah,
he slung the rock, dude. He slung the rock pretty well in the first 6. Don't know what happened after.
Yeah, and it's kind of funny too that the Falcons are the only franchise in the NFL that actually put a Chick-fil-A in their stadium, and surprised how they forgot this. Like, oh, we're closed on Sundays. I was like, oh, that's gotta be the most dumbest decision you gotta.
The only time that they're open is during Monday Night Football games and Thursday Night Football games.
When it comes to Sundays, nope, we're closed.
The majority of your games are not on Monday or Thursday; they're on Sunday. How dumb
the only time they're open too is on Saturdays when colleges played. Occasionally,
they're like, yeah, that's their excuse. But we have college football. The majority of the people that go to the stadium is people who like the Falcons, and they like the NFL, and they're gonna want Chick-fil-A on a Sunday. It ain't gonna be open.
And it's looking crazy too that I've been seeing a lot of Falcons fans calling for Raheem Morris's head because, good lord, this dude is like trying to. No. It's like, yeah, no wonder why this dude never paid down.
Absolutely not. Raheem Morris is why that team was kind of relevant this year.
Yeah, he's got to be.
Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. Just saying.
I mean, shit.
The dog started, please.
But anyways, last thing before we get up out of here, because obviously,
sorry, mate, they're messing with the dog. Y'all hear that? Sorry.
But last and final thing, because obviously with the WNBA season, well, not underway just yet. I think it's still for the all season. So long time, I don't know necessarily paying attention to and who do follow me for the WNBA and stuff like that. Long time Phoenix Mercury Brittany Griner is going to be testing free agency for the first time in her career. I was like, oh, and I was like, that's going to be interesting.
Listen, the Mercury. Here's the thing. Here's my thing. She's gonna get a lot of teams vying for her. She's too damn good She's too damn good for to not have many teams going after her.
All I can say is with the Mercury, at least last year, I could sit through a lot of Mercury games without getting bored. Not like the year before. Oh my
god, the year before was fucking painful. Like I said, like last year. I got bored after one half at a Mercury game in 2023. Because there was a game that I watched. One half there was like 15 turnovers. I'm like,
oh, and the fact that too, as a team, they led the league in total turnovers. Like, yeah, I can see fucking why.
Y'all keep giving up the rock every fucking possession.
That's like giving up gifts, donations.
Here you go. Here's the ball. Like the fuck.
Like it was bad, and then
it was also further exasperated with Griner not being able to play for half the fucking season because she was trapped in freaking Russia.
Yeah, and not to mention that too, and it's kind of crazy too. Even after that, a couple years, like a year and a half after that, a lot of stuff has come out that Skylar Diggins-Smith is a complete asshole to her teammates. Like there was a lot of toxicity that was been going on behind the scenes.
You saw it on the court too. Like you saw it on the court too. I think there was like 1 or 2 games where I just saw them arguing on the bench.
Yeah,
it was bad.
And it's also kind of crazy too, because I don't know if this kind of went under the radar. Hold on, let me see if I can actually find it through ESPN because I remember there was a boom. All right. Just bear with me 1 second, everybody. I don't know if I can spell Chicago right. No, Chicago Sky. Let's go to the new. Speaking with the Sky, um, what a disappointing season from them, because I actually thought it had some slight better expectations for the Sky last season, and they completely shit the bed.
Oh
And
my God! The Philly mayor just went up there in another press conference
oh god,
and just admitted that she messed up,
well, at least that's
which is
something.
silly.
Jesus.
You gotta be taught by the citizens how to spell Eagles. Oh my God! Oh my God! This mayor. Oh my God! I'm sorry, dude. If you can't spell Eagles, then that's an issue.
That look that
Um, but back to the stuff. Oh my God, dude! I can get jump scared. Um,
so now obviously now moving on to the Sky, because I know this kind of went under the radar slightly with Kennedy Carter. Now a lot for those who have not paid attention, this she was one of the reasons why well, let's just be real, being a complete fucking, obviously for those who have not seen, when Caitlin Clark made her debut, and we all know how that really turned out. Candy Carter being a fucking dick about it.
yeah.
And so sorry, I know if my screen, I know I look fucking bright, whiter than
No, you don't
usual.
look that bright.
Jeez, I look fucking white as shit. It's just my phone. Good lord, okay, I'm gonna turn my screen brightness down because I look like a fucking egg. So with Kennedy Carter, obviously the Sky did part ways with her after she averaged 17 and a half points last season. I think one of the reasons why, and also I think this is one of the reasons why I think Teresa Witherspoon got fired, and also why Teresa Witherspoon never addressed the issues that was going on in the locker room. It's really ridiculous to the point where it's like, I don't know what teams want someone like like Kennedy Carter, because I mean, the fact is, case in point where she was like completely, I know being physical, but the point to the fact that you're getting a little bit abusive towards, Caitlin Clark now is the new WNBA Golden Girl. It's just how I look at that.
The thing is, I don't really pay attention to that. I think it's just petty beef and stupid shit. Like the whole thing with this Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark debate that I've been seeing all the damn time and all this other shit. I don't pay attention to that because it's like none of that matters. Both Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are playing their game. They're good at what they do. They both got drafted. Can we just put this to bed and shut up?
The problem is you have women like Cheryl Swoops continue to press the issue, and we all know how that, but all the backlash
Like honestly, they need to just stop. Like we get it. Angel Reese is good. Caitlin Clark is good. They're both good in their own right. Can we just put
Yep.
it to bed?
But
You can have multiple. You can have multiple women be the face of that damn league. Okay, you can have both Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark be in the face of that league.
yeah,
This
and
whole, this whole, this whole thing with Caitlin Clark is only loved because she's white, or Angel Reese is only loved because
the biggest
none of that
thing.
fucking matters. They're both good.
And speaking, oh boy,
I like
yeah,
both competitors because they're both fucking good. Okay.
oh yeah, that's true. But I was gonna say,
Now there are some people. Now there are some fucking idiots out there that dog Angel Reese and they love Caitlin Clark because of course she's white and Angel's not. Those people don't fucking matter to me. They can go fuck themselves.
that's true. And this is the way I look at it too. And this also segues into uh, for the Aces for 2025. I'm kind of worried with the Aces. I'm like legitimately worried. This team taking a bit of a step back to what the.
Oh my god, yeah, they're gonna take it.
I'm saying,
Honestly, at this point, Rob, I would expect within maybe 1 or 2 years, the tank is on.
dude, that
The tank is on.
God, it's gonna be crazy too because where we seen two, technically,
The thing is, though, we've already seen their high. It's time to go through a low.
ugh, why?
Because we got to. We can't. If we like, people are going to think, oh, you're a bandwagon because you picked a good team.
So we don't have one
We didn't have one
because Philly doesn't have one. So I
to
mean,
start. Philly didn't have one. They're gonna get one, which I'm not. I'm not gonna make the jump because Philly's gonna get a WNBA team. I'm not gonna do that. I'm still gonna be an Aces fan.
but I mean,
Free pie? Ooh, sure. Thanks. Ooh,
what
yeah.
I heard pie.
Go.
Get your cold nose off of Tyler's arm.
Fucking dog try to fucking stiff my arm. But
Uh,
the
but
thing is though, I'm not gonna be a bandwagoner, and if they do become bad within the next like the next couple of years, that's our test to prove our worth as real fans.
yeah, because
That championship window, Rob, is shut now.
it really is. And
Once
that's really
Candace retired, once
that's what
other players left, that
and,
championship
and Golden
window.
State with the now Valkyries got one of her assistants to lead their
Yep.
franchise. Like, yeah, that's we know where this team's headed. Now I would now it probably asks us, what's kind of the best case scenario? I would say give like at least a year and a half rebuild.
I wouldn't
That's
say
your
year.
best.
I wouldn't say year and a half. I would say maybe 2 to 3 years.
I mean, worst case, maybe. Oh, good lord.
Worst case, we ain't ever gonna win.
Oh
Again.
God, I say, please. I'd rather take the best case scenario, 2 to 3.
That's always the worst case scenario for any rebuild is that they never win.
God, could you imagine this team can never win another WNBA finals again on the worst case scenario?
Not really the finals. I'm talking about winning record.
Ugh. And it's bad to say that maybe that could potentially get Becky Hammond. Okay, that's going to be even crazy in its own right.
That won't feel right. That will not feel right if they start a tank. Which I'm not saying that they won't. It's a possibility now. It's a possibility now because that championship window is shut. We're declining in play, level of play. Our players are getting older.
Because good lord,
like if they start a tank and they fire fucking Becky, bro.
That should tell you where that team's heading.
They're gonna be bad for a few years. If they're bad, if they start a tank, and if they're bad, like really bad, and they fire Becky, rebuild's on.
Yeah, it's a full blown rebuild. I mean, I know a lot of diehard Aces fans don't want to see that.
I don't. I for sure don't want to see that happen. Them fire Becky because of a tank.
But I would say, give it 2 years. Then because if they can figure out in that 2 to 3 year time frame,
yeah.
Because I think they will. Because I don't think there's not. We're not saying they're as bad as we're making them out to be. But when you were looking at how this team kind of finished last season, with Candace announcing her retirement, when Kate Martin left, one of our assistants left, who knows how much Chelsea Gray has left in her? Or I mean, there's been rumors about Kelsey Plum leaving. And, like, there's a lot of shit that's been going around with the Aces.
I feel like if players like Kelsey Plum leaves, Plum Dog, man, if Plum Dog leaves, it's over.
Yeah,
completely fucking over. we're tanking, we're rebuilding, because we're losing a great fucking piece of that fucking championship roster. If Plum Dog leaves, it's done.
No,
It's a done deal.
because if that
We're
even
rebuilt.
happens, the only one's got to sit through that from that championship roster through a rebuild, and that's Asia.
I think what's gonna happen, because I think her and Kelsey, Asia and Kelsey, they're best fucking friends at this point.
Yeah, they are very close with one another.
They're very fucking close friends, and I feel like if Plum Dog leaves, Asia's gone.
Oh God!
If Asia goes, then
Yeah,
we really know a rebuild's
Team
on.
is fucked.
The team is fucked if both those leave. Both those women leave.
Because good Lord, it really does suck to see to win back to back, and unfortunately, this is the kind of the consequence. Plus, Candace was going to retire anyways. It was just depending on when she was going to retire.
Yeah, she was getting older. I think the thing is though, she wanted one more championship, and then she was gone. She got that one more. And then she left.
But
and then last year we took a bit of a hit, but we made the playoffs again.
Yeah, and we got our asses handed to us by the end of the playoffs.
Liberty killed us in the playoffs.
And what kind of payback and what we did last year to them in the WWE final. Actually, funny. No, was it back to back? We beat the Liberty. No, I'm sorry. I meant to be a Connecticut Sun the first time through. I could be freaking wrong. It was
Connecticut Sun the first time through, and then the second time we beat the Liberty.
And I guess you could say Liberty going into this past season had bulletin board material saying we ain't gonna let this happen. We're not gonna let this happen again.
And I think another and I think that was this playoffs was like the season where fucking Ionescu fucking cooked us in the playoffs.
Yeah, she did.
She fucking cooked us in the playoffs.
Not just the playoffs too, even the regular season too. Like she dropped 40 on us at one point.
Yeah, she put a 40-piece on us.
With a side of barbecue and ranch.
Barbecue, ranch, ketchup, fucking more other condiments. Like, come on.
I mean, this season is going to be slightly concerning if anybody that watches the Aces. Because if
we're on that downturn. We're on that downturn, and we know where it's going. If they have a bounce back season, great. But if they don't, we know where it's going. It's going to go down.
Where this team stands.
Down. Yeah.
But we have to. Yeah, it's good, Lord. The full blown rebuild is like the last resort you're going to have to do. But besides that, it's excited. Sorry, Jesus fucking Christ, I can't speak today. Of what the 2025 WNBA season holds, because obviously, we're going to see the debut of the Valkyries in the season. And see how that really goes out, because obviously the WWE still continue to expand, because we saw Toronto get one for 2026. I think 2027 or 2028 is Portland. At some point, please, for the love of God, bring one to Philly.
They're in talks for Philly.
Please.
They're in talks for it.
Because good Lord, because I'd rather see them actually. God, that's even we. Oh God, now that just had a funny thought popped in my brain before we ended the show. Could you imagine if somehow our Philly WNBA, once we get our fun, could you imagine that somehow the Philly WNBA team will win a championship before the Sixers do it in this godforsaken town?
Honestly, I'll be like that's pretty on par for how Philly.
The Sixers
every other team has won a championship before the Sixers did. Every other team, the fucking Phillies did it again in 2008, and the Eagles did. The fucking Eagles did. The damn.
Just could have done it in 2010 had we not fucking choked in the Stanley Cup Finals, but that's neither here nor there.
Would be the Flyers. I think the two bottom feeder teams that haven't won a championship in fucking years are the Sixers and the Flyers. Every other team won a championship.
At least has one or yeah. But again, at least we're not as bad as the Toronto Maple Leafs, so that's something to say there too.
Yeah, but still, those are the two bottom feeder teams right now. Is the Sixers and the Flyers.
Now, if you probably ask me like who's closer to be a championship contender, I would have to say the Flyers in terms of because you got two guys that know the franchise better.
Way fucking closer.
Because I mean, you got Keith Jones, is one of the best minds in hockey. And you got Danny Briere. For those who have not watched a lot of Flyers hockey, when he was here, like this dude, for undersized, dude was despite the fact he was undersized, but still can hit you like a Mack truck.
Bro, he hit hard like a motherfucker. You hear the fucking glass shatter, or hear the glass move when he hits you.
Now,
but yeah, the Sixers though they just can't get out of their own goddamn way. That's the problem.
It's like they're like they're like a living embodiment of the definition of insanity, trying the same shit but to try to get different results. And the
thing is too, they keep signing guys who are basically corpses at this point to play basketball.
Or the fact there were a few former Houston Rocket players. One of those fucking two.
Yeah, it's either former Houston Rocket players don't amount to much, or old ass players that haven't seen a prime in years. Hell, last time fucking Paul George was in his prime was like what, 2014?
Yeah, about a decade
ago.
Bro
was past his fucking prime, and the motherfucker can't stay on the court.
Yeah.
And then you got lazy ass Embiid. That's not helping.
It seems to me nowadays it's like athletes like Embiid, like once they get like this amount of money, they just don't care. Because good lord, like good lord, because you won't hear that from no football players because at least the NFL, hell, you won't hear no Eagles, ever get lazy. Well, unless you're Carson Wentz, or that's besides.
Carson Wentz, he's a lazy fuck. But the thing is, though, it's like you don't see that in football. You don't see that in baseball. You don't see that in hockey.
You kind of.
You don't. Not really in baseball.
Not really, but you do see some lazy tendencies at times. I mean, perfect example. As a Phillies from a longtime Phillies fan. Remember, J.O. got benched for half-assing it down the first baseline, and Charlie Manuel chew that man.
Here's the thing, but that was one game. Bro.
I'm just saying,
no, I'm talking about like consistent laziness, not for one game. Consistent laziness. J.O. played his fucking asshole after that.
Yeah, like
Embiid, and the thing is though, that's different. Every other fucking team in the city, they all take accountability for not playing well. Hell, Mishkov got benched like a few times for not playing well. He took accountability and played better next game.
I mean, Alec Boehm having 3 errors is like, I fucking hate this place.
Alec Boehm got shit on by the fans after that. Guess what? He took accountability and he played better.
Season.
Put a great, fucking amazing season.
Because like they know how to back up the work. Like they hold themselves because
Embiid, all he ever does is fake injuries
or deflect the blame.
Deflect the blame. Dude, when they lose, it's not on me, it's on my teammates. They need to play better. This, that, and third.
One of the reasons.
First off, if your lazy fucking ass was on the fucking court, you probably would have won.
And Tyler, call me crazy. Did you remember the last 3 times I would get in shape, but this dude never was in shape. Like he was like so over fucking weight. It's like I don't see no fucking progress.
That was early Embiid. That was early Embiid. That was the first tell that he was going to be a lazy fucking player. We didn't buy into it. And then he decided to fake us out, thinking that he was going to have enough heart to play by working out in the 3rd fucking season. It worked out kinda. Then he got lazy in the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, the Sixers. At this point, just fucking tank.
Honestly, at this fucking point, trade everybody. Trade fucking everybody.
I mean, Embiid's the first one has to go.
Embiid, you gotta fucking go. You gotta get shipped the fuck out.
Because clearly this dude's not meant for this goddamn town, anyways. Because I mean,
He's not even. Dude, he is not the embodiment of Philly. He is not.
the only one I know is that embodiment of this franchise is Allen Iverson. Well, there's a few people that come to mind. Dr. J, Allen Iverson. It really depends on the era of Sixers basketball.
He said this in our group chat. You had to pry Allen Iverson off the fucking court, not on it, off of it, because he wanted to keep quiet.
And he's been one of the reasons why, like, he helped carry the Sixers team to the NBA Finals when everybody else was fucking banged up in 2001.
Yeah, everybody was hurt. He took them all to the finals.
And yeah, I mean, shit. God,
Everyone.
Rest in peace, Kobe, because good lord, that's what.
Rest in peace, Kobe. Also, another one that died that was a part of that 01 team. Fucking rest in peace, Mutombo.
Oh yeah. Son of a bitch.
Now, he was kinda banged up for that game. He played, but he was kind of banged up for that period.
I think he was on the downturn of his career, if I remember correctly, too.
He was on the downturn. Yeah, he was on the downturn.
Which was kind of to be expected. I mean, but I think if you look at the Phillies, though, I think currently, I mean, would you say Bryce Harper's the current one?
What, to be on a downturn?
No. Like to be the embodiment of Philadelphia.
I would say Bryce Harper, Jalen Hurts to be the embodiment. Saquon, definitely.
I mean, yeah.
For the Flyers, too early to tell. Too early to fucking tell.
I would say Mitchkov because I mean he came as advertised,
but it's still too early to tell. It's his first season now. Yeah. But as of right now, it's Jalen Hurts, Bryce Harper, and Saquon. Those are your three faces of Philly right now.
Absolutely.
And also, I'll give honorable mentions to Alec Bone because he, owned up to his mistake and he got better.
Yeah. But really looking at it as a whole, it's like all I can say is, like Philadelphia doesn't tolerate laziness, for lack of a better term.
They don't tolerate laziness. They don't tolerate like bad play.
Because good lord, we will let you know about it.
Yeah, we'll boo the fuck out of you if you play that.
I remember. Does anyone remember? I remember rewatching a clip of this when we drafted McNabb. Everyone booed him heavily. It's like, oh,
wait,
and when we drafted McNabb in the late 90s.
Now that's the one time I'm like, really? I'm like, y'all didn't see him fucking. He just got drafted. Why are y'all booing him? And then the Philly loved him after that. Ironically enough.
Even though we can hate him afterwards when we trade him to Washington and get the crap out of him, but that's not here nor there.
That wasn't really true hate. That was more of like, kind of like a, banter, friendly hate. Not really. We don't really hate him at that point.
We know one person that still does, and that's T.O., and for good goddamn reason.
I mean, nowadays you kind of see T.O.'s point. Because back in the day, we were blind to it. We were blind to it. McNabb hated T.O. T.O. didn't do nothing wrong. He hated him for no reason.
You ain't kidding. But anyways, all in short, like, I just want to see this town actually be successful for a freaking change. I'm tired of the inconsistent, up and down, like a roller coaster, like how the Boston Red Sox are in baseball. Sorry, Red Sox. I had to take a shot at you.
Here's my thing. What really angers me about Philly sports is that we never had a dynasty.
No, it's like
ever. We have like the only one that's close to kind of a dynasty is the Phillies. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's not even like remotely close. Also, kind of in a way, technically not even a dynasty because it's like 3 championships sprinkled like 1 year, spaced out between like decades.
Yeah,
1980,
like,
2008, and that's it.
and then you also had, yeah, it's like it's inconsistencies. Whereas you had teams
Sixers,
like,
Sixers, you had the 60s, 70s.
and then you have one
I
in
think
the
you had,
80s.
yeah, no, you had like one in the 60s. Cool. 1 decade, you had 1 championship. And you have 1 decade, 1983. After that, nothing.
No, you got nothing to show for
Uh,
it.
Flyers haven't won since 75, which, what the fuck were y'all doing for like the last 3, 4 decades?
Stinking could have broken the streak, like I mentioned before in 2010, but
Could have broken the streak in 2010, but you didn't, and you fucked it up. You gave the Blackhawks a
So
freaking
I
free
was
ride.
going to say, screw you, Prime Patrick Kane and Jonathan Tays. Screw you. You
The
bums.
only good moment that I had from 2010 was when both teams, every player were fighting on one play.
Yeah, that's true.
That was fucking entertaining as shit. Not gonna
But-
lie. But the thing is, though, it's like we never really had a true dynasty.
It's like, wait, we'll win like one
I feel
championship.
like we're closer now to finding that dynasty with the Eagles, but that's it.
Yeah,
Because we've been to 2 championships in a span of like what 2017, 2022. So like that's pretty close.
yeah.
One of them we won. The other one we lost because the Chiefs had to chief, and play their asses off in the second half. And then this year we're like in the NFC Championship, our second NFC Championship in 3 years. That's as close as we've been to a dynasty,
Yeah, and that's
and
crazy.
it's still not equating to a championship and multiple championships. And the thing is, though, it's like the only one that's kind of close but also very far is the Phillies. That's it.
Yeah, that's also true as well. But that all being said, that is going to wrap it up for the 23rd episode of the All Star Sports Show. Me and Tyler will be back at it again for TNA.
Rob, I'm probably gonna chill.
So you want to push it back to next week?
I'll push it back to next week. I'm probably gonna chill.
Okay. So next week it'll be me and you'll see me and Tyler again for another episode of the All Star Sports Show, and also
TNA Impact.
TNA. Jesus fucking Christ!
Your brain just blink.
Shut up.
Fuck you too, bitch.
Like I said, but a little final word. So, like I said, me and Tyler over the last, soon to be, when the 27th comes, we appreciate all the support that you have shown us the last 4 years. Well, if you count the YouTube timeline, it's probably 4 years. Was it 5?
The YouTube timeline is 4 years. We joined like in the summer of 21. We joined
winter of 2021.
YouTube. Yeah, it was the summer of 2021. We joined YouTube, so it's the 4 year anniversary of that. But 5 years, as a whole, because we started content creation on Anchor in 2020 because we were bored as shit during COVID. Obviously,
COVID. Like I
thanks
said,
to fucking COVID. Thanks to fucking COVID, this shit happened. So, but we've seen over the last 5 years a lot of growth.
A lot of growth,
lots of ups, lots of downs, lots of twists and turns.
More twists and turns than a pack of Twizzlers.
Exactly. And also we've seen a lot of betrayal over the last 5 years.
I mean, yeah, but I mean,
seen a lot of betrayal. Seen a lot of great moments,
bullshit.
toxicity. Yeah, a lot of bullshit, but also we've seen a lot of good. Like what I absolutely love, and we get this constantly on. It could be any one of our streams. I go on the YouTube studio, and I see a random commenter praise our work.
I mean,
Praise
That means
us.
a lot.
You guys are gonna do great things. I think my favorite praise that you guys are gonna do great things on here.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We love that. And you guys have been nothing but awesome to us. We've had a few haters. Obviously, it comes with the territory.
Yeah, you ain't getting on that.
But for the most part, you guys have been awesome.
Oh,
Awesome
absolutely
fans.
fantastic.
Awesome. And honestly, we like I said before, we don't call you just fans. We call you friends at this point.
Yeah.
And but we thank you for the last 5 years of doing this stuff. And the last 4 years on YouTube.
And yeah, too. And also, I want to go before we get up out of here. I'm going to give a quick shout out to Normal Guy, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, Arku, and also my boy John, our boy John L, and JJ Sports Coverage was in the chat earlier. As
Big
well.
shout out, and honestly, big shout out to John L. By the way, for like the last couple years. For the last couple goddamn years, bro, you've been sticking by us, dude. You've been sticking by us through every stream, and I believe we met through TikTok initially, and then you found Rob, you found our channel.
I think we met John L through Ghoulie when we first met Clap with Ghoulie, because I think it's before
we met him through TikTok.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, don't mind. God, fucking allergies, dude.
No, we met John L through TikTok. I remember because I came across his account.
Stuffing nose can go fuck off. But
because
anyways,
he followed me on TikTok.
So yeah, he has. I have him followed as well on TikTok as well.
That's where we found him. It wasn't through Ghoulie.
Anyways,
it was through TikTok. But I give you the utmost praise, bro. Like John O, you stuck with us for this entire fucking ride, dude.
You ain't getting on that.
You have not jumped off. You have not jumped off the train yet, bro. And we don't expect you to because you're loyal as hell.
You're awesome, really is. And plus, too, it's like, well, I say we'll do more on our celebration stream at some point during the. I'm probably gonna say because when's the 27th?
We already pushed it. We already pushed it to.
It's Monday. That's next Monday. That's okay. So the 27th is Monday.
Hold on, the 27th is a Monday. We do Raw, so we pushed it to. We actually pushed back the It's From Me podcast for this week.
Oh yeah,
because we're doing a celebration. We're doing a celebration stream on Saturday.
Okay, so so next week. Okay, so the following week's the It's From Me podcast.
Yeah, the following week's the It's From Me podcast. This week is the celebration stream.
Oh, okay, I got to get that set up. I got to
for the 5-year anniversary. Yeah, for the 5-year anniversary.
But that all being said, I appreciate you guys for hanging in from the watch for the last goddamn almost 2 hours. It's probably one. I look, besides talking wrestling, I also love talking sports and ranting and stuff like that on sports. Even though sometimes I might go overboard at times, and
you don't really go overboard. You just got a lot to say about sport. Happens. Yeah. I mean, like we're sports heads. I got a lot to say about sports at times. With wrestling, I'll talk your off too because I'm a wrestling head as well. But
yeah,
mainly with me. I love sports. I love sports. I watch any highlight reel, anything. Like I watched the history of like the NFL at one point. Like I'm like watching that shit, and I'm like watching like the history of this league, that league, all that other shit. I like if you look at my freaking YouTube algorithm for like what I watch, it's all sports or wrestling shit.
Yeah, because I mean it's that's funny thing, and like I said, we'll talk more on that on Saturday because, like I said, we can talk a lot of common interests and stuff like that, and kind of just celebrate, even though I know the channel itself, when I first created it was back in 2011, but like I said, because we just started content creation till like a decade later in the winter of January of 2021.
The thing is though, like when we first started doing YouTube, we were just posting random shit.
Well, the channel before we started even doing this was like I was just throwing random shit up, stuff that I recorded. In school.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. We were just doing random shit. Like I was doing fucking movie reviews for my fucking DVDs that I had.
Yeah.
I mean, it failed, but I didn't care. I was bored.
What up, Steven?
Dude, this was like, and the thing is, though, this was like after I graduated, so I was bored out of my mind. It didn't work, because I couldn't work because my disability. I can't work, so I'm sitting at home by myself because my brothers were still in school when I was graduating, or when I graduated, they still had like a year or two left. So I'm bored as shit. I'm home alone because my mom was working, my dad was working. But both my parents were working, so they were both gone from the house. I was bored as shit, so I just posted a YouTube video on like a random fucking DVD I found on my shelf. I'm like, Then I was doing sports reviews, and I had fun doing that. I'm like, so I was doing sports reviews, and then I kind of stopped because I felt unmotivated. So I'm like, why aren't these videos hitting? I'm like, but now I understand. I'm like, this takes work.
It takes work, and it's also sports. And the thing is, too, of what we do, it's a specific niche for a certain group amount of people. Yeah.
Like, we don't expect like 1 million viewers an episode. We like, we understand like it's a niche.
Which would be nice though. That would be It'd be shocking though. I don't think that much.
But the thing is, though, it's like we found our calling, and it's cool. It's dope, and you guys helped it.
Because good Lord, because like I said, we'll talk more on that because I want to kind of explain the history of this.
Yeah, we're gonna do the history of this channel, history of how we started doing this.
Yeah, because I think it's gonna be an interesting celebration of our 5-year, as a content as content creator, a team of content creators is basically what I'm trying to say at the end of the day. But besides that, if you guys are new, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, make sure to ring that notification bell so you guys will not miss any of the uploads that we do. And that being said, if I can find the right video clip, and we'll see you guys.
Oh, wait. We got one more news thing Steven just fucking said.
Yeah.
Before we go. Profar, 3 years, 42 mil.
That's surprising. Well, yeah.
Well, that's about it. We're gonna hop off.
We'll see you guys for SmackDown on Friday and our celebration stream on Saturday.
Peace.